What inspired you to go down this direction? Because, like, was it a case of you know, like sitting at home looking for things to do, and you kind of like became more aware of your surroundings and, as you say, of your emotions just out of force of habit, or did you know, get inspiration from somewhere else? Because I know when you talk about motions, you know, the classic example was always the Conor McGregor thing, right? Where you know Diaz called him out for obviously his antics in the park with his partner and stuff, and you know that
his movement was the key to him winning these things, right?
And he was the first one to really put a spotlight on something like that, about having range of motion and things like that. So like, and I'm not saying you picked up inspiration from him, but like I'm saying, did you pick it up from somebody, or was it just something that you, as I say, you're kind of like sitting at home in this pandemic, in the lockdown, going, I need to start thinking about things to do, and you know, sometimes that's a good thing. Your mind starts ticking, and you know, you come up with things that you really go, man, I don't know why I wasn't doing this any sooner.
Yeah, ultimately I reckon I'm definitely a creative at heart, and so movement is one of my big fundamental keys. Like movement, sleep, diet, and happiness have been like these big keys. If you have them all in action, like, then you can be creative and you can have these I guess like free flowing ideas. But man, it ultimately started from me wanting to heal myself. Truthfully, last year was one of the toughest years that I've ever fought through. Had deep staph that I must have picked up in Thailand, and it just fucking got underneath my skin follicles. And so I was just going back and forth to the doctor, and still fought twice and deep into the medication and stuff. But that wasn't a reason not to fight. It was just something that had been hurting me in with my organs and stuff. So I started doing some research, and that's what led me into doing the fast. And so what's powerful is you realize that, like, the internet is this amazing thing. It's an amazing place of like people that push themselves or have just gone out and done their own research. So started researching certain things, and from there it led me into this fasting, and people have been doing 40 days of water fast, and so I read that.
So what's the deal with that though? Like, so water fasting, because the way I would see it is that you just have water for whatever amount of time, right?
That's it.
But when you're talking about like 40-day fast, they've got to eat something. You can't survive. You can't survive on water for 40 days, can you?
You can though. You can, because you're not trying to do athletic endeavors anymore. You're now just trying to survive, and so your body will do what its natural mechanism is. It's to help you survive. So it will create these. I don't want to be a scientist, but it will create things to help you survive, and so ultimately it will eat away at the fat cell storages that are all around your organs, around your bones, around your joints. And so after 42 hours, so before the second day, I was already in ketosis, where I was burning all of the fat storages, and my piss turned like a good yellow. It was
But doesn't water make it go white? I thought the yellow means dehydration. So if
but now that you're burning your fat storages, you're now in ketosis. So you're burning off all of these storages that are around your organs, around your bones, and it's your body holds on to these things. And so there's plaque even into your deep intestinal tract, so your body will try and burn that. It will burn that and then eradicate that out. And so even though you haven't eaten anything, you're still dropping some little nugget poops, and from there your body is flushing the system out. So the people that do 40 days, they'll lose like quite a bit of weight, I think 20 pounds, even something 25, 30 pounds. So I stopped after 3 days though, purely because I'd gotten rid of the plaque that I was like trying to get out of my intestinal tract that was from the antibiotics that I'd been taking all last year, 6 different antibiotics to try and get rid of this staph thing. And so
you had it pretty bad.
Oh man, it was not going away. It was it wasn't nice. It was constantly there. It was a tough going. So yeah, I'd taken 6 different antibiotics, trying to like mitigate it, and we got rid of it eventually by doing a little biopsy and like a cut out of it, and then from there we were finally able to localize a specific antibiotic that got rid of it, and then cut to what are we in? And then March this year, the pandemic starts. My fight in April had fallen through, and I was like, scrap this. I'm just doubling down on me right now. I don't need to rush. Let's fix this problem. And man, it was very challenging, to tell you the truth, because I love to move. When I wake up in the morning, I instantly have this analyzation of like what my body is sore, where am I hurting, what's going to be my limitations today, and what do I have to work around in order to make sure that I can get my bag rounds done, or go and throw high kicks on the rocks or something like that. So without food, man, you end up really just having to search inwards, I guess, a little bit, not able to meditate, not able to do virtually anything, because you don't have the energy. And so scrap doing 40 days. I had a mate that I think he got like 7 days during this pandemic, man. And I was like, "Phew, this is uncharted territory, man. Like, you're a pioneer on this." But I'm still not getting inspired to do that, because I'm trying to grow and get bigger and stronger at the moment. So had to slow right back down, and that's where you become very deliberate in every step and every action that you're taking. And you sort of, through this is where like a big change happened in my life this fast, because I understood that the food that I'm putting into my body is also medicine. The food that you're putting into your body is a form of information. Now, that information is completely different between a pineapple or a banana. Okay? And even which the soil that it's grown in will give it different information, because that soil would have a different makeup and give it different nutrients. So once I started looking at food like medicine and information, I was able to make this huge switch and start, I guess, this next journey of no longer healing, but also getting stronger and evolving into a new human, into a apex predator.